All right. All right. So thank you so much for being here. And what a beautiful opening and meditation that was, Alexis. Thank you so much. So today we're going to do a little bit of movement, music, and meditation. So I'll probably do that at the end because we just had a beautiful centering prayer and meditation. Uh, with movement and music, my goal is for us to feel that connection of the moment, holding space so that we can feel creativity, to feel flow, to open up the heart, just like Alexis did in our meditation. So why don't we do some movement? Some of the movement we can do sitting or standing. We got a circle here set up here at Spirit United right now, and I might go a little bit further back. So I'd like to start with a little bit of movement before we do it. So maybe I'll tilt the camera a tiny bit so you can see me. It's just a bouncing. I want to be very eclectic today with our movement. So I guess you can't see the wrist. Let me turn it a little bit more. So bouncing with our knees. So I'm certified in a lot of different forms of Qigong and Tai Chi. And I'll just be eclectic today so you can get a feel. So letting the wrists bend, having the elbows out, bending with the knees, and just relax and letting go. This is a very energizing movement. Some of you, if you're familiar with Spring Force Qigong, this is a move that I learned from there. So we're gonna raise the hands up higher, kind of let the hands flip-flop, the wrists, letting them go, softening. This is a very energizing movement. Oh, I think Jim. Is that Jim? Yeah, hey. It's so good to see you. I know. I feel so honored. I started coming to Spirit United in 2009, became a member in 2012, and it's so good to see all these familiar faces. So we can slowly bring the hands down and letting the hands just keep flip-flopping, softening the joints in our body, and just notice. If you did it in a chair, but I feel a ton of energy just surging through my body right now. This is a really good way of activating our energy and our chi. So chi is just life force energy. You probably guys know that. That could just be breath, gravity, it could be oxygen, whatever. It's just allowing that energy to flow within us. So let's do some Qigong movements. So let's bring the hand up, kind of twisting the body. You can do this easily in the chair. And then flip the wrists, hands come down, sweeping across, turning the waist, looking at the side, hands coming down. Doing that nice sweeping motion too. And it kind of looks the same in a chair. If you're in a chair, you're just kind of bending down, going up. So do what you can. If it's hard to do this movement, imagine instead, or just do a tiny bit of it, or just watch. Letting yourself feel that softness, and letting it come down. So the difference between Qigong, say, and an exercise would be that we do it slow, smooth, and continuous. So we soften the joints, soften the body, and allow that release. So like as you turn, maybe you feel energy coming up your legs, going out through your hands, letting it come down, and going to the other side. Usually in Tai Chi and Qigong, we like repetitions of either 3, 5, or 7 or 9. So we'll just kind of do 7 sounds good to me today. Hands slowly coming down. And this feels really good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of times we don't connect with our bodies, right? We're a lot in our mind, in our heads. So this is a way to get in this moment. And let's do that one more time, each side. This is a movement that comes from 18 movements. Lifting the moon. And then hands come back to center. Hands circle around. Let's do one more movement, and I'll do a song for you, original song. All right, so next one, let's just cleaning off the energy. So hands come up the center, kind of crisscross open. This is a movement I saw in Zhong Fu Gong by Daisy Lee. So this is a nice cleansing of energy. So they say, like, if you do energy work in Qigong, or if you take it, you don't want to take on that energy. So this is a way of cleansing. How I remember the movement is I imagine like I have a sweater and I'm taking it off. So you kind of reach, like say if you had a sweater, you would go like that and then kind of lift up. So I've noticed if I do movements, if I can remember a story with it, then I'll remember the movement. Hands go down. Feeling a nice flow. And it looks the same if you're in a chair. If you're standing, it's nice to bend the knees a little bit, but always have a soft bend in your knees. Good. Let's do that 2 more times and see if you can go a little bit slower. See if you can do it with your breath. Good. And 1 more time. And then hands come down. And let's just have the hands circle around, feeling that beautiful movement. Hopefully you feel a little bit more relaxed in your body. So I'm going to kind of do it like service style. We're going to do a song in between movements. And I do have the lyrics, but I know it was copied earlier. And let me see, I'm going to copy it again, but then I would lose my other one. But let me send you the second song. So I'll send you the second song, but this is the first song, just in case you came later. And if you need any water, feel free to have some water. They say Tai Chi and, or doing Qigong is like massage. We're releasing a lot of things. All right, so some of you may not know that I play music, and it's something that I just started doing a couple years ago. And I think the COVID helped because of that, because I was home more, it was quiet, my son had gone off to college, and I started playing music again a little bit. I never played in front of anybody, never. It was just, I go to church camp, loved the camp songs, and I would play for myself a little bit. That was my extent in high school. But then I started doing a little bit of lessons and writing original songs. So I got the lyrics. You guys don't have the lyrics on but I got the chorus. I want to go over the chorus. We're going to sing it probably about 3 or 4 times. So let me go over the chorus with you, just for the people here. So the song, the chorus is, you are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? So it's not too hard. So let me just do the chorus part. So it goes, you are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? So that's the chorus. And I just remember, do we have original sound set up on the computer? We do, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes people forget that or don't have that as a default. So you were able to hear, okay, the guitar and me both? Okay, good. All right, so that is the chorus. So let me, so you guys have that. I think you have it. Okay, so the song is, what stops you from breathing? Are you lost in feelings? And now's the time to listen. Check in with your heart. Can you hear the beat that you make each and every day? So we're going to the chorus now. 'Cause you are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? What if a miracle happened? Would you even notice? Would you feel delight? This is what matters the most. Not thinking about those past woes. Can you separate and let go? 'Cause you are breathing, your heart is beating. May you always cherish all the things that you do. This is the time to celebrate. May you always have faith in the gifts that you hold. So we're back to the chorus. 'Cause you are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? We're going to do this several times. 'Cause you are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? 'Cause you are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? Like I said, we'll do 2 more times. 'Cause you are breathing, 'cause your heart is beating. What could be better than this? You are breathing, your heart is beating. What could be better than this? Oh, man, you guys sounded so lovely. Thank you. Thank you. So that is a song that I wrote when somebody asked me, what stops you from breathing? And I was like, oh my God, I'm writing a song about that because that's so awesome. Right? Sometimes I'm lost in thinking or feeling, or I'm just too busy. But this is the time to listen, to get into touch with our body. So I find music and I find movement a good way to do that. And, what if you noticed a miracle? How would you feel? And to let go of our past woes. I know it's hard. You want to hang on to those memories, right? But we got to let those go and start fresh, and time to remember the gifts that you have. I never thought I had the gift to write music or play in front of other people or sing. I just have an average voice. I was told my voice sucks as a kid, from my older sibling, so I just never had the confidence. But you have these gifts that you can share. I never thought I would teach Tai Chi either and Tai Qigong. So just know that you have gifts and have faith in that. And to write a song, I never thought I would do that. So that's what that song's about. All right, so let's go to some more movement. So let's gather chi. This is a movement from Tai Chi for Health, and it's a nice warm and neat hand circle around, bending the knees a little bit if you can. Hands slowly coming down the center. Open the wrist, nice and soft, relaxed joints. Usually doing movement with breath is very common in Qigong, so however you want to breathe. There is no right or wrong way, and you want to breathe how it feels comfortable for you. But if you can fill up your abdomen with that deep belly breathing, that's awesome. So gently inhale, gather, and slowly coming down. So gathering what we need. Maybe we need more sunshine. It's kind of a cloudy day, right? So gathering that in, letting the hands come down. Let's gather some moisture. I know some people are wishing for snow, but I'm not. But gather that moisture, having that balance, right? We need it though. Gathering positive energy from each other. We can feel those prayers and this connection as we bond together. And let's do one more, gathering some beautiful sound waves. Maybe it's birds, maybe it's instruments. So just letting it sit there for a second. And I like to reverse, hands coming up like a water fountain, hands going up, circle, and slowly come down. If you can bend your knees a little bit, great. Nice inhale, but if you want to exhale that time, go ahead. But nice and slow, have the movement match your breathing. It's hard to think fast and move slowly, right? So it's a good way to calm our nervous system. Singing is another way too. And I believe, that's what creates magic, like Alexa said. If we relax a little bit, getting into our bodies, releasing what we need to release, right? We got some memories or regret or guilt, or let that go. Let it come up from the center. Let it live through you. Maybe it's trauma. Let it go, whatever you can, within your comfort. And let's do that 2 more times. I always like to say, let's try and go a little bit slower than you were before. I've actually never seen anyone go too slow, but I've seen people go too fast. And do what feels right for you. We're all different. All right, good. And then let's bring the hands, circle around, and come to rest. Taking a moment to notice what we feel in our bodies, feeling the soles of our feet. And I know this movement is a little bit harder to see. I'm going to tilt the camera a little bit more. I think it's a good time to go into rocking motion. So we're going to do a little bit of movement from a lot of different practices that I'm certified in. So this next one is rocking motion. I want you to be able to see my knees, my hands. So we want to have our feet planted on the ground, palms facing the earth. And then just go on the edge of our feet if you're able. If you're in a chair, just do your best to improvise. Bend the knees, hands rise up. So the hands go down because the knees go down. We bend, we shift our weight to the back of the heel, turn the wrist, shift the weight forward with our knees, straighten on the balls of our feet, and come down. So this is called rocking motion from Tai Chi Cha. It's a practice that started with Justin Stone about 50 years ago. They're about to have their 50-year anniversary in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where he lived, and he's passed on in 2012, I believe. But he lived till 90-something. He lived a great long life, and he studied for many practices. So he's in practice. Just noticing tap movement, body, because your body moved, my hands moved. Right, I'm sinking, now my hands sink. So it's very much of that connection with the body. Some people are familiar, there's 3 centers of energy in Chinese medicine, so they call it the Dantian, so letting the Dantian lead. So Qi is prana, if people are familiar with that. Similar word, meaning. All right, so we do this about 9 times, so I feel like we're getting close to that, or maybe did more, so let's do one more. Hands coming up, and then hands coming in, and then you want to bring the left foot in, so I didn't mirror there, and then hands come apart and separate. And then let's do one more move from this practice. I think a nice move is bass drum. So hands together, fingertips upright, about the shape of your head. We're gonna put the left foot in front. If you're in a chair, you can just put one foot forward, and you just move forward on your sit bone. You don't tilt your pelvis, you just maybe shift your weight a tiny bit forward, and a tiny bit back to sitting. But if you're standing, you just put the foot out at a comfortable distance, So if you go like that, that's too far, you wanna feel comfortable. So the heel down with the left foot first, so let me mirror to you. For those folks on online, but not for you guys, so it's gonna confuse you. But fingertips, so the hands point down, then we shift the weight forward, and then the hands come upright, then we shift the weight back. So the fingertips always point down before we shift the weight, and then fingertips are upright when we shift back. So they say it's like imagining you're in the marching band, and you got a bass drum. And they say it's like a gliding motion. So it's not a rocking, it's a gliding motion. So you shift the weight, and you arrive, and then you shift the weight back. And again, you let the center, your core body initiate the movement, and the hands follow along. It's kind of like dogs, right? If you let the dogs lead, that's our hands, or do you let your body lead, the owner? So having the hands be reactive to the body. let's do that 2 more times. I think that was 7. Could have been more. Anybody was the counting police? 1 more. And when we bring that foot in, hands come down, we separate, we sink. Let it rise a little bit. Just take a moment, take a breath. I like to take a breath in between. However that means for you. And then we bring the left foot in front. Fingertips upright. Have the hands point down, shift the weight forward. I don't know if anyone else has done Tai Chi Cha. I know Janet has. That's how we met. And just doing your can. You can do it smaller. If you need to, always feel free to adjust what you need to do. Your body should be comfortable. The palms always face each other. That's important. In Chinese medicine, the strongest energy point in our upper torso is the long gong point, which is between our palms. And when our hands are together, they're circulating that qi. So it's a good magnets together. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. And 1 more. Bringing that hand and foot in, hands separate, sink, release, and taking that deep breath, however you like to do that. Good. All right, how we doing on time? I know we want to do song and movement. Okay, we're good. Because I do have another song. All right, let's do some other movement. This is a nice, I love this one. It's called Wagging the Tail to Calm Heart Fire. So you can easily do this in a chair as well as standing. So if you're in a chair, you just put your palms, your hands on your thighs. You lean forward, go down, up, and then you go back down. So if you're standing, sometimes it's easier to do in a chair, but please do both, either one. So if you're standing, legs hip width apart, palms on your thighs. This is from 8-piece brocade. It's a movement from there. So chin is up. That's the main thing, especially if you're in a chair. 1 foot a little bit in front of the other, so you don't feel like you lose your balance. So we're going to lead the chin up, go down, sweep across, go back up, and then chin up, going back down where we just was, and going across and up. So that's considered 1. And if you notice, we're kind of wagging our tail like a dog. And then with the chest open, we're calming the heart fire. So heart fire is anything like too much of emotions, whatever emotions that may be. And I like to go slow because in Tai Chi, in Qigong, how we get the stretch is in the movement itself. Whereas in yoga, you hold the posture usually to get the stretch, but in Tai Chi and Qigong, it's the movement itself. So if you go too fast, you don't get that stretch. You don't get to work the slow twitch muscles, and you don't get to open up the fascia. These are all the things that can only be done by slow movement. That's why I fell in love with Tai Chi and Qigong, because of my own health issues, and it was very helpful. Made me feel better. So letting yourself feel a gentle stretch, releasing and letting go. Whatever may be on your heart, maybe it's the news, maybe it's relatives, maybe it's your family. Letting your heart calm down. Feel at peace. Now let's do that 2 more times. Maybe going a little bit slower than you did before. Maybe not. And 1 more. Going across, And then coming back up. And then bringing the foot and hands in, hands come to rest. Taking a nice cleansing breath. All right, should we do one more in the song and then a couple more movements and a little meditation? So one more movement, it's a nice heart one. This one was also from Daisy Lee that I learned. So I'm gonna mirror them, but you're gonna go with your left hand first. I wanna do my right for the online. So we're gonna have our hands reach for something like on the countertop. I like to think of a magic wand. And I bring that magic wand behind my back, palms open up, circle around. And of course you can't see me online. And then hand comes down. So this one is gonna be more up. So now we do the other hand. The left hand, reach, come back, circle around. Kind of like you're spreading fairy dust all around, and hands come to center. Now we're gonna do both hands. So hands reach, pulling in, they kind of go around, circle around, crisscross, and come to center. If you noticed, it made a little heart shape there at the end. All right, let's do that again. Hand reach, pulling in the energy. Maybe you got a wand, you can sparkle magic dust all over you. That's what I like to imagine. Now the other hand. Hands going back, circle around, and come to center. Now both hands, grabbing what you need, pulling it in, letting it circle, letting it go where it needs to, and letting it come back like a heart shape. And we'll do one more set of, like one hand, the other. All right, so let's do the other one. Reach, pulling in, good. Hands circle around. Make your wish known, right? Reach, pulling it in, hands circle around. It's always good to make wishes. That's how things happen, right? You got to make a wish first, pulling that in, letting it circle around, and coming to center. So that's a really nice move as well. All right, so let me do another song. I sent it in earlier, so it's at the top if you came later, but it's Love for Us All. So some of you may have heard this before. I recently applied for, I have a small business that I teach Tai Chi and Qigong and mindfulness, and also I have a nonprofit, a very small nonprofit as well, and I got a MRAC grant, Metro Regional Arts Council, and because my goal is to bring people together of different backgrounds, and I feel like music is a wonderful way to do it. So I'm really big into community style singing in the last 3 years. So I got a grant, and we recorded 14 original songs with community singers. So this is one of my songs that got recorded, yeah. So I know Janet was there, and Katie, who's in the audience, and my husband too, Jawed, he's here, sang in the album. It was so wonderful. And we're gonna have a concert April 21st. It's a Sunday. I wanted to wait for the winter snowness to get over and to give me time to work on the editing and the videos and all that kind of stuff, getting it all together. But please save that date if you can, April 21st. It's a Sunday afternoon, so it won't interfere with Spirit United. And I made sure it's no religious holidays. Easter's the 31st. Eid al-Fitr is April 9th, and Passover is April 22nd. So, all right. So this is a song. The words are love for, let me look at it. So make sure I have, okay. Love for what and who we are. Love for all creation. Love for us all. That's the first line. And we'll sing that twice. Then we go into a line that says, we are rooted from the earth. So think of, rooted and lifted to the sky. Until we return, we walk side by side. So this is an original song that I wrote a couple years ago. So love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. You might hear me say cuz and in, but you don't have to say those. because you'll get to know why I say that. Okay, so you guys are ready? All right. So it goes, love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all, love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. 'Cause we are rooted from this earth and lifted to the sky. Until we return, we walk side by side in love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all, love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. 'Cause we are rooted from this earth and lifted to the sky. Until we return, we walk side by side in love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all, love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. 'Cause we are rooted from this earth and lifted to the sky. Until we return, we walk side by side in love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all, love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. And then we'll do, 'cause we are rooted from this earth and lifted to the sky. Until we return, we walk side by side. Oh, side. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Side. All right, so let's do it one more time. 'Cause love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all, love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. 'Cause we are rooted from this earth and lifted to the sky. Until we return, we walk side by side. And we'll just finish with love. In love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all. One more time. Love for what and who we are, love for all creation, love for us all, love. Thank you. So good to see you guys sing and to hear you guys sing. I just love having people sing along with me. And it was so good to see everybody's voice moving online as well. All right, so taking all that love in, because we're all connected, right? I mean, that's
Thank you.
what I hope you feel like when you do music, movement. I think I hear, clapping. Thank you. So I just wanted to do a few more movements and we can do a little quick meditation if that sounds good. All right, so any requests for movements or any, No, okay. So there's a nice one that I love. It's called, some people call it prayer. So it's kind of similar to the gathering chi, but you do more stuff. So hands circle around, come down the center. Looks the same sitting or standing. But this time the hands rise up like the grass blooming, opening up like a flower, gathering the harvesting, and then hands together and releasing and coming, letting the cycle of life continue, right? So let's do that again. Hands circle around. Let the rain or moisture rise. Let the rain come down, that cycle. With rain comes growth and grass, abundance, and then the bounty, the gratitude, and then the releasing, letting go, the transformation that happens next. Doing that again. Hands circle. Hands come down. If you need to make it smaller, feel free to do that. Hands rise up. Open the abundance. And then gather the abundance. Give that gratitude. So much to be thankful for. And let it circle. Let it bless us. And again, hands circle. Hands rise up. Opening. Hands come together. Giving that gratitude. And releasing. Doing that again. Hands rise up. Gather what you can. Giving thanks. And let's do that 2 more times. Letting rise what needs to rise, right? And let what needs to fall down fall, right? Can't control things, but they grow, things blossom because of those things. And we give gratitude. Let's do that 1 more time, maybe a little bit slower than you have been if you can. A lot of times we're on automatic, we don't think about slowing down, but that's what we need to do. Opening. Coming together. Receiving. And giving a blessing. And I like to have the hands circle around a little bit, just to feel that completion. There's another movement that's really nice for the nervous system. It's by Daisy Lee as well. She does that in her Radiant Lotus Qigong practice. And the hands reach across, hands come up over the head, kind of circle, turn your torso, and the hands don't move, and then the hands go back behind and release. Other hand reaches across, going up, hands over the head. I feel like a ballerina when I do this one. Hands come down, which is a really nice feeling, but this is very calming for the nervous system. It traces the gallbladder meridian, which in Chinese medicine helps with the nervous system. So if you feel like you need something soothing, this is one. If you want to bend the knees again, if you can, easily modified, in a chair, doing your best you can, being on the edge of the chair if you're in a chair, so that you can kind of reach behind you. Maybe breathing in as the hands rise, or if you want to breathe out, that's okay. But have the movement match your breathing, however that feels good for you. Usually in Tai Chi, we breathe in through the nose, out the nose, unless it's told differently. And let's do that 1 more time, each side. Feeling that blessing. And releasing. All right, good. And let's do maybe 1 more movement, or should we do 2? That's about as we can do it, we can keep going. This is a dolphining of the neck move, which is from Spring Forest Qigong, done at the closing. But it's a really nice movement. It's very subtle, easily do in a chair, but I'll do it from the side so you can kind of see. So you just lift the chin, reach down, pretend like you have a golf ball, and gently pull the neck up and lean back a little bit. You might feel a little stretch for a second. Release. Doing that again. Letting it, release. Feel that muscles release and then pull up. Holding it back. If you have any neck pain, please don't do it or modify it. Always be comfortable. Letting that relax. And gently tuck in. opening. Feeling that relaxation and gently going up. If you really want to be fun and you're good with vertigo, close your eyes. It feels like you're in a valley fair ride, I feel like. But if you're not good with vertigo, don't do that. But this is something that's very calming. They say it's good to do, and I think if you need some movement to help you relax, that's a nice one to do. All right, let's do that 2 more times. They say it's good for your digestion system as well, this one. And it's good for cold preventions. I remember when Dr. Chun Yulin, during COVID, he was saying this is the most important move that he thinks to do on a daily basis. I'm just holding it. So the key thing is move within your comfort zone. The other key thing is going slow, not going too fast, and holding that stretch a little bit. So that's the main things I would say with the safety. Always listen to your body. That feels good, right? All right, so let's do some cupping. So let's start with the left hand. So I'm going to mirror the folks on TV. So palm is upward, just hollow. So we don't want to be flat. We want a little cusp. So we kind of tap along the outsides of the hand. So just gently cupping there, flipping the hands. And again, this is also from Spring Forest Qigong, which is a form of medical Qigong. And there's many styles of Qigong, many styles of Tai Chi. It's so much fun, never ending. And let's do that one more time. All right, guys, let's do it one more time now. There we go, I got myself on the other side. And now we do the other side. So that cupped hand, gently going down, flipping the wrist, going from the shoulder to the wrist, doing that again. And all right, good. So that's some cupping, tapping. Why don't we do a little hand tapping routine? It's on my website, touchingworlds.com. If you like this is a hand Qigong exercise. So if it hurts to tap, for whatever reason, you can get near it or maybe rub instead. So just tapping the hands inward. This is a nice, so Tai Chi or Qigong can be tapping. It can also be stillness. It can also be movement, but usually it's slow movement with breath. And let's flip the hands. Now we're going to do the whole side like the karate chop points or rub. I know this is a nice one to do, say, if you're ever lost in thought or nervous or, just kind of bored, with your hands. This is a nice routine to do. But don't do it for 2 hours, because I did that one time at a health fair at Metro State for the nursing convention, and I felt extremely nauseous and dizzy. So I did it for 2 hours nonstop, because everybody had to come to my booth and then do the hand tapping, and I demonstrate with them about 50 times. Yeah, don't do that. They say about you could do one movement. If you like, listen to your body. Maybe you're like, I like this one. This feels good. I'm thinking. Right, this is kind of a thinking one, but you could do these movements about for a minute if you wanted to, or about 9 seconds, the minimum. And then let's interlace the fingers. If you want to just do one, that's okay too. You don't have to do the whole sequence. So I love all the different forms of Tai Chi and Spring Forest Qigong. I am offering a program I'm going to start up, I think, the 18th of December, and try to do it weekly online, 5 to 6 or 4:30 to 5:30, so whatever people prefer. But sign up if you want. It'll just be free or free with donation if you want to, don't feel pressure to give. But if you want to give, that's great, but if you can afford, but no pressure. So that'll be starting online. So if you want to do more things, and then whatever hand is lower, we'll bring it higher, and it'll be kind of a mindfulness. Like I said, whoever shows up will kind of do what they want to do. So we could do a whole form of Tai Chi Cha, or we could do Spring Forest Qigong, we could do eclectic, we could do Dr. Paul's Lamb's program, Tai Chi for Health. That's what I'm certified in multiple forms as well. So we could do many things. So let's go tap on the outside of the hand. So this is open, and just here, just gently cup. They say this is good for lung and cold prevention. So, good thing to do. but it's not the winter cold. Just, but hey, it's working. All right. And again, if that felt hard, if anything hurts, then you can make it smaller or just modify it. So the next is the webs of the hands. Okay,
Can,
fine.
can
Yeah.
you do a close up on your hands of that one again?
Yeah. So, the last one,
Yeah.
it was all the points touching along the thumbs and the pinky and the base, and open. And these fingers don't touch. Kind of like you have a basket, maybe. Or I think of it, how I remember it is I'm drinking a cup of water. So, like if your water is going to fall through if your wrists aren't together. So that's that one. Yeah, good question. Now we're going to go to the webs of the hands. And if you like what we're doing, like I said, it's under my Touching Worlds website. You can just print it out for free, PDF file. I have a ton of resources on there. So I have probably about over 100 links on my resource page of information on so many different topics. So if you are bored this winter or bored, just go take a look on that page. I have it broken down by singing, songs to sing, singing communities that are here in the Twin Cities, and then Qigong, Tai Chi, Tai Chi Cha, meditation and mindfulness, some art stuff, links too. So all those little fun aspects. And let's do the back of the hands. And also you can find me on Pathways, if you guys know Pathways Minneapolis. And I would love to come back here again. I love, but Pathways Minneapolis is doing online programming. So that's another, I offer something different every week. I do an art class one week, I do a singing class another week, and then I do a discussion class, and then we do a movement class. So it keeps it fun to have variety. I like variety. Keep you on your toes, right? Yeah, keeps you learning, keeps you growing. So we flip the hands, and now, so that was back of the hands, this one. And it might hurt if you tap. Some people are sensitive, and don't feel bad if you are. So you could also circle in a circle motion. And then you would just, if you did circle motion, do it both ways. So I find tapping to be energizing, but say you don't want to be energized for whatever reason, then you would want to circle. All right, so now we're going to flip the hands again. So that hand was on top. We're going to do back of the wrist, which is kind of weird. It might have a watch or Fitbit or Apple Watch, but I don't. I had one, but then I fell down the stairs and I broke my wrist. So it's like, I don't think I want to wear one. It was an unusual circumstance. Yeah, I will not go down the stairs with socks anymore. I will always wear shoes and not carry things down. So, but anyways, so tapping and then flipping the wrists. The other side, sometimes that's the trickiest part, flipping. So, it's just the other hand's on top. When I work in dementia and memory care units, that's a very tough move for them. So yeah, I've worked with memory care, I've worked with kids, youth camps. I find that everybody can benefit from movement, slow movement. So we want to touch the knuckles, the palms, the thumbs, and you can rub or tap. This is supposed to be good for headaches. So it's just touching all the points, the knuckles, doing the best you can. Like if it hurts, maybe get near it. This one's supposed to be good for headaches. They all have health benefits. Maybe it helps prevent, maybe it just helps you in the moment.
Is that just the knuckles, or what are you supposed to be touching there?
Yeah, what do you call, isn't that the knuckle? Well, yeah, that's the knuckles, the first knuckles here, right there. They touch each other. So, good question. I know it can be hard to see sometimes. All right, good. So I'd like to shake that out. That's a lot of good energy. If you want more energizing movements, tapping your tailbone is another great one. So just gently tapping the back of your tailbone. They say if you sit a lot, it's good to do. Or say if you need more energy, So don't do it before bedtime. Some people like to do Tai Chi and Qigong before bedtime, but a lot of people say not after 6 because it can energize some people. They say not to do it in a bathroom, or a windy, some place that's windy. So those are some of the situations where they say not to do Tai Chi or Qigong that I've heard. But most of the time you can just do it anywhere, on the airplane or during service or your Zoom calls, right? So that's some good energized movement. So let's do a little meditation. And I'll tilt the camera. So as we get settled in our bodies, maybe putting your hands on your lap if you want to be grounded, hands up for receiving. I usually need more grounding than receiving. So maybe you want to rub a body part. Maybe your body's like, yeah, feeling that connection with our body, nurturing. That's another fun thing we could do. If you have me back, there's a nice chi massage. There's so many fun, great movements and a lot of different practices. So just getting in touch with our bodies, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, relaxing the hips, relaxing the legs, having the feet on the floor. Now let's take a nice cleansing breath. That's a nice deep breath, however you feel comfortable. And as we exhale, let's make a sound. Whatever you feel like. Maybe it's, like letting go. I'm full, all right? I had a good meal. Full mentally, spiritually. Taking another breath. Again. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. And as we settle into our bodies, into this moment, just notice and feel what you see around or hear around you. Maybe you can hear the ventilation system. Maybe you can hear birds through the window, kids screaming, cars driving by. And just notice. And feeling a sense of little joy within you as you just notice. A sense of awe. A sense of a purpose of just to observe, not be attached to anything like the clouds passing by in the sky. We're not attached to the clouds, we're just watching them, right? So just letting things watch as they unfold in our lives. As there's many times there's things in life you wish that they didn't happen, right? Wish you could control the outcomes, wish you could make it different. But just observing, letting that pass by. Just feeling that emptiness, holding space, holding sacred space for ourselves, our time to rejuvenate, to feel, to light a spark, to go within. And as you go and you journey within in this moment in time, maybe notice what you feel. Maybe you feel beautiful solidness. Maybe you feel vibrating, pulsating energy. Maybe you see colors and light. Maybe you are seeing beautiful imagery. So allowing yourself to allow time just to be. Maybe be playful at the same time. Lighthearted. Wondering what could be better than this in this moment, right? Just the simple things as the fact that we're breathing, our heart is beating. Just those simple things that we take for granted every day. Feeling that appreciation in our heart, in our bodies, as we become still in this moment. We'll just take a few seconds of stillness, quietness. Just notice, holding a sacred space for ourselves or for others if we need to. And as we feel this beautiful time of year of stillness, of darkness, as the earth, right, tilts furthest away from the sun, may we spend more time in that stillness, in that wonder of awe, of joy, of contentment. Time to go within, explore. Maybe there's a new talent that you didn't know you had. I didn't know I could write songs. Maybe you have a talent that you're wanting, and setting that intention. Knowing that you can do it, just allowing and trusting the process. And the timing will just be right. Whenever it's supposed to be, it will happen. As we feel gratitude through our heart, let's take some breaths, breathing in through our nose, and then gently exhaling through our nose. Doing that again. Maybe going a little bit deeper with our breathing. And one more time. Feeling much gratitude and much peace in our bodies. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes, wiggle your toes, your fingers. Good. I know we went a little bit over, but we also started a little bit later. But I don't know if that clock is on time or not, but yeah, there's so many fun movements you can do. So thank you so much for having me and letting me be a part of Spirit United. I love being a part of this community. I love how it's so interfaith and interconnected, and it's really about the heart and the spiritual heart of being together. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Good to see you, Stephanie.
Oh, yes, it's so good to see you all.
You can stay there.
Okay, I can stay there.